Hello, everyone. So, I just finished the first three episodes of season three of Invincible, and it was great. I genuinely loved it. Right now, I'm just going over a little bit of my thoughts, a little bit of feelings, and I gotta be honest, it's a really, really solid batch. There's five more to come, I'm pretty sure, and honestly, there's not much to complain about. I would say that it adapts the comic very well. Not gonna get into any major spoilers, but Mark's conflict with Cecil is far more engaging in the TV show than the comic, I would say, and it gives more side to Mark, but it also gives additional background information to Cecil, which makes it feel more real. I guess is the best term to explain it. Like you fully understand why Cecil is the way he is, right? And I'm gonna be honest, Oliver is very engaging. I would say that he's not the ultimate uh character or anything, but he does a really solid job of endearing you to the character and showing that he is a kid who was raised on different values than Mark. So he shows that nice little contrast to him. On top of that, him getting his powers earlier does make some more chilling moments. And I do also like the internal conflict with the Guardians of the Globe. Now, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but let's just say that they, make sure every Guardian feels unique and they make sure that they feel like real people while simultaneously understanding that at the end of the day, they are superheroes, right? And if I'm being honest, I don't like Immortal. I never thought I would dislike Abraham Lincoln, but I do. I dislike this version of Abraham Lincoln. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I, yeah, it's so weird. I really don't like it. He's getting on my nerves a lot. Since the second season, really. The first season, and even the beginning of the second, he was tolerable and you understood where he was coming from. But now he's just kind of sucky. Like I guess is the best. Like he just sucks. Um, and he's partially one of the reasons the Guardians disband, so it leads to everything being a real mess. And then Eve comes in, and Eve's doing really well in these three episodes. She's obviously dealing with her parents' stuff again. She's been dealing with this since season two, and honestly, it her relationship with her parents is fleshed out even more again. On top of that, she's, receiving some development and some ties, and she's going in an interesting direction. And it's a very good. On top of that, they handle the departure of Amber really well. Because in the last season, spoilers for season two, but if you're watching a season three video, should be watching season two. They broke up, right? And that's been handled very tastefully and it's been dealt with accordingly in these couple episodes, right? Now, moving on to the animation, which is something I actually noticed. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Bro, whoever the studio is that's making the good clips, hire them, bro. Hire them for more. Because, like, okay, I remember the trailer dropped and everyone was like, there's no lighting. The lighting's not that great. They're not showing much contrast. It feels very flat. And guess what? Some of the parts, some scenes, some parts of the episode do look relatively flat. They look relatively boring. They're not that great. However, sometimes we get really, 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 really good looking lighting scenes. For example, um, there is a scene where some criminals break into a military facility and there's a bunch of flashing red lights and it provides a very, very, very striking shade of red to coincide with the scenery around it, and it pushes up against the characters very nicely. and it sort of gives them this little glow. Their eyes have a little shine to them, evident by the fact that light is shining against them. It's so good. But why does the whole show not look like that? And like, I know that's a very stupid question. I know why. Because budget and people's demands. People get very, very, very pissed at Invincible taking a long time to come out. So they kind of want it to come out fast. I believe, to be fair, this is a rumor, I believe, but they're talking about releasing season 4 as soon as they can, right after season 3. Which, if I'm being real, there's a chance then that season 3 ends on a major cliffhanger. Like, no spoilers, but eventually a Viltrumite does touch down on Earth, and, like, not the, oh, we're gonna come back and beat you up in 57 years. No, no, no. It's, we're sending a super strong Viltrumite to beat you up and conquer the planet. And I'm not gonna give much detail, but if that guy rolls up at the end of season 3, honestly, I will be wanting season 4 to come out right after, because that is one heck of a cliffhanger. That's genuinely what's been theorized. But overall, it's a really good time. And if I'm being honest, though, unless there's a major situation like that where it feels like the plot has to continue, otherwise you would lose that momentum you've been carrying, I feel that Invincible should take its time and get proper animation, or at least expand the animation team. Because, like, I'm gonna be frank, this is like the second biggest show on Amazon, right behind the Mids. You know, um, so, like, it's the second highest show behind the Mids. Like, I feel like they could spare a little bit of budget. Okay, like, for Pete's sakes, let's not kid ourselves, right? And it also, since it shows those little brief tidbits of better animation, it makes you wonder, hey, why does it not look like? It's not like, for example, a lot of anime, they have individual moments that are like really, really good. We call those sakuya. Okay, I'm sorry, I believe that's the term. If it's wrong, correct me in the comments. Right? So sakuya, it's really fluid, really proper, fantastic animation. But it only shows up for maybe 10 to 20 seconds, or it used to. Obviously, with animation standards now going up and up and up, it changes. For example, JJK is pretty much all Sakuya, right? Sakuga. Or, shoot, I'm pronouncing it wrong. I just don't know which one is right. Anyway, so with that, and that I stated prior, the animation sometimes elevating itself to a different level, it makes you wonder why it's at the rather flat, unimpressive area consistently, you know? And it just leads to more questions like, hey, why have they not made this the 10 out of 10 show that it could be? Because I'm going to be frank, right now, it's still an amazing show. It's also definitely better than season 2. If you were not vibing with season 2, you are going to love season 2. Like, I'm going to be honest, I liked season 2, but season 2 was not as good as season 1. If season 3 is as good as season 1, or basically the first 3 episodes of Invincible, or first 3 episodes of season 3, are as good as the first 3 episodes of season 1, I would say. Maybe some stuff does better than others, but at the same time, Mark is a better character. Like, it's a trade in and trade out. So, with it being as good as it is, if it keeps up this momentum, I genuinely think it will be on the same level as season 1. And to put into perspective, I think season 1 of Invincible is like genuinely one of my favorite seasons of television ever. Like, it is utterly fantastic. So the fact that season 3 is rivaling that, especially since, I'm not gonna lie, season 2 is kind of a letdown. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I gotta say, it's really good. Like, obviously, if you haven't checked it out yet, that's perfectly understandable. I'm literally recording this, like, I think not even, like, 12 hours since it came out, it hasn't even been out for 12 hours. So when you got free time, watch it. You'll enjoy it. You'll love it. And yeah, as far as anyone else, I'm gonna give these 3 episodes: episode 1, 9 out of 10; episode 2, 9 out of 10; episode 3, 9 out of 10. There you go. There's my rankings. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I'm signing off because I'm doing other stuff. So goodbye. Also, get ready for the Super Bowl. That's gonna go crazy. Anyway, see you later, folks.